I did read somewhere though that barbecuing naked is the best way to get your neighbor to put up a privacy fence.
I would agree on that, and probably a great way to get arrested. Running with Maverick and Wolfman. Welcome to the podcast about running, health, fitness, and all the adventures of life. Maverick here.
Wolfman here. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and of course the big one's YouTube. When you find us on YouTube, please consider subscribing. It's a bell or a thumbs up or something. Hit it anyway. Tell your friends you hit it so they can do the same.
Wolfman.
Maverick.
So, I got a question.
I have an answer.
Why does exercise make you feel better?
Why
does exercise mentally, emotionally, spiritually, maybe even financially?
Oh, I think, of course, there's a whole bunch of physiological and neurological reasons, but I think what it comes down to for some is it feels like you've accomplished something. The human body is made to move, and so you are getting it moving. It functions better that way. And of course, there's dopamine and all kinds of different chemicals released in the brain that make you feel better. But yeah, for me, it makes me feel like I've accomplished something. Especially if I can get it done early in the day and not have to worry about it the rest of the day.
Nice. Early accomplishment, goal met, achievement, accomplishment.
Yeah, man.
So we're designed to move. We're made to move. We want to move. Sometimes it's difficult, though, right?
Sure.
Why? Why is it so difficult? Why is it so hard to get out there and exercise and do the right thing?
This is a brash opinion. Warning, some people are probably going to be offended by this. Because the human body is lazy. It's easy not to move. It's nice. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to spend any energy. And anymore, we're in a world where we don't have to run from danger or be prepared to run from danger. And so we just sit and get larger. So I think that's why. I think that's why it's hard, is because we're not used to it. We've cushioned ourselves in society. And so the body doesn't like to move. It's unnatural for it to move when it's not running from danger. And so it says, whoa, what are we doing here? So you have to make it part of your routine. That's
so your contention is that you have the necessities, and if you have the necessities, you're going to just sit and watch TV.
Yeah. We are set up for failure. The human body likes to be in a state of conservation, saving that energy. I tell you what, though, if there's ever some big lions that come, some people are going to have a lot of energy to run away. Lots of stored.
So I think, one of the things that I think is the distraction, right? Like, so there's like that distraction of your phone or your TV or your whatever electronic device. The electronics is the number one for most folks, right? If we didn't have those, you would seek out more things to do. Now, some people would read or write or do other things like that. Let's be honest. But still, like, it's good exercise. You should exercise. Some people want to, some people don't want to. Some people are obsessive with it. There's good and bad. There's extremes. I think being in the exercising on a regular basis, maybe not even every day, but on a regular basis, 3, 4, 5 times a week is a good healthy way to do it. Um, Most of the excuses that I hear from people is just the time. I don't have the time. Where's the time? But
Yeah.
let's be honest, most people, have some time.
Yeah. I was gonna say, are they looking for the time? You know, probably not. They're probably just jumping right to that. Oh, I just don't have the time. But have you looked for it? Because, like you said, the time is probably there.
So just start with maybe just basic, right? Like we always say, like get a couple minutes, go out and do what you can in a few minutes only. That's
Yeah.
okay. And like an hour might be unreasonable. It might actually be unreasonable for some folks. Like
Sure.
it could
Yeah.
be. But 5 minutes is usually not unreasonable.
Yeah. I think we've talked about it before too. Like, focus on that consistency. If you can get that, like you said, 3, 4, 5 days a week, you've got that consistent for a few weeks. You're going to find things are getting easier, and then you need more to challenge you with that time. So maybe you expand it. Maybe you add a different day, or whatever it might be. But yeah, I think consistency is a big part of that. Um, yeah, but distraction's easy. Sure.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, it
So
doesn't take a lot of energy either. So, I think it falls back to that. Again, that's my opinion, but it doesn't take a lot of energy to doom scroll. And you can do it for hours and hardly spend any energy. So,
I've
it's not
see
even-
to me scrolling on my phone is like sucking my energy. I feel like I'm depleted. I feel like it's worse than exercising by far.
you must be
I feel so
really,
drained.
scrolling that finger.
I feel like there's like I could do almost anything else, but like I'm just wiped out by watching, like, you know what I mean? Like
Probably
quick
all those,
bursts of
probably all the bullshit I send you.
all the stuff that you're sending me. It's just wearing me out. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just can't do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wired differently, but I can't. Like I can't watch like short after short. I just can't do
Yeah,
it.
I'm one of those guys. I send like, oh, Maverick will think this is funny. Send it to him. Oh, this other buddy will think this is funny. Send it to him. I'm that guy.
Yeah, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, I just can't. Like if you said I had to dedicate like 1 hour of like watching shorts, I'd be like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, like you're kidding. I'd rather go run than do that. Like if I had the option of you hand me a snack and I scroll through, or I just watch shorts or scroll through whatever for an hour, or go for a moderate run and no snack, I'm taking the run.
yeah, yeah.
Is that
I'll
weird?
admit it. I mean, no, I don't think so. But I mean, I do it. I get on my phone. I doom scroll. Um, but it's usually at the end of the day when I'm winding down, which they say is bad, or it's early in the morning when I'm checking like the news and what's going on and things like that. So you get sucked into different things. But some people, that's all they do all day. That's bad. That's bad, people.
That's like your opinion, man.
It is. It's my opinion.
So yeah, I mean, like I think that everyone has a certain, like, I don't know, predisposition to be into whatever, as far as like, okay, I'm a phone person, I'm a TV person, I'm an exercise person. But like I said, I think there's a balance that needs to be there. I don't think it's bad within certain
Yeah.
moderation, but
Yeah.
I do think you need to find some time to get some exercise in. Um, and I kind of even think about it like you drink Dunkin', right?
I
So
do.
if you drank Dunkin' 5 times a day, every day, I mean, not only is that financially not the best decision, probably, right? But also, it's probably not good for your heart to have that much caffeine because you drink an extra large.
I do. Hot black though, typically.
So like, yeah, but I mean, you could do that. I mean, that could be your decision, but that probably wouldn't be a wise decision.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I had a thought and I don't know what it was. What were we talking about before we got on Duncan?
We talked about exercising, not exercising, being drawn to your electronics.
Oh, So another thing I think that is what makes people feel good after they exercise is it's time for you. You know, maybe the outward goals you're setting aren't necessarily for you, but exercise is something that's personal, and I think that's always good too. I think a lot of people, they aren't necessarily taking time for them, especially if they're busy and they have families and work and stuff like that. You do a lot for work or for the family and things like that. That exercise is time for you, and you know sometimes it feels good to take that time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that's necessarily bad for you.
Sure, sure, and I think it's a reasonable, like I said, within reason. Not if you're
Yeah, yeah,
going to the gym for 2 hours and you're going to the pool for an hour and then you're running for an hour. Like, I mean, yeah, your spouse might be upset with you.
yeah. I was gonna say, especially if you're not including your spouse in those plans.
Right, right. Well, like we know people that will take turns with their runs or their
Yeah,
workout.
yeah.
That's not uncommon for people to do, or they have a home gym and they'll both go down and work out together. There was ways to do that.
Right,
So,
right.
but it's cold. I don't want to work out. It's cold, Wolfman.
It is cold.
Frigid.
All I can say for that is get the right gear and suck it up, Buttercup.
But it's cold, Wolfman.
It is freezing. Supposed to have single digits here tomorrow. Whew,
Single digits.
single digits.
So the best course of action would be to
And that's
start
Fahrenheit.
start a little fire and then run around it from a safe distance.
I just bundle up. Get
Yeah, no,
out
I
there.
know. The thing about it is that if once you start running in colder temperatures and getting the proper attire, like you said, you kind of get used to it.
Yeah. I still kind of experiment with it too. Like today I ran and I had an Under Armour shirt on and a Mizuno shirt that has like a warming quality to it. And I thought, it's not overly windy. I won't use a windbreaker. I should be warm enough. And I was all right, but there's this one hill. And I get to the top of it, and the wind is just wicked. I swear it's the only place the wind is. And then I was a little chilly. Probably could have used that windbreaker, but probably would have been too hot the rest of the run. So
Best course of action would be to relinquish clothes along the way, so you have a path to find your way back.
yeah, there you go. I will say it is easier to overdress and then start shedding layers than to underdress and be like, oh man.
This is like your neighbor's like got. I'm just imagining your neighbor has like a big long fence or like a big picket fence, and like every time you run by, you like drop something off on the fence, and then he's like, "Why are people putting out their laundry to dry on my fence?"
No, I don't do that. But
You should do that. That'd be great.
I did read somewhere though that barbecuing naked is the best way to get your neighbor to put up a privacy fence.
I would agree on that, and probably a great way to get arrested. Oh, yeah. I mean, that would do it. That would probably entice people to put up a fence, a big one.
Fun. No, usually if I shed clothes, I try to wear things that I know I can continue to carry, or if I'm running back by the mailbox, I'll drop it at the mailbox, or like I have a good friend of mine that we run often together, and I'll drop stuff at his place, and usually I just give him a heads up that if he finds his stuff, it's mine.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess I just assumed that, being a wolf man, that you would dig a hole, put it in the hole, cover the hole, and then retrieve it later.
No, I don't do that.
But the thought's there now.
Yeah, now the thought is there. I'm gonna start carrying a little shovel with me.
It's just,
That's funny.
but yeah, the cold weather's here. It's a good time to get inside and exercise if you can. Try the pool if you're into that. I always recommend that to people. especially in the winter and the cold months. Good alternative.
This is the time of year too. If you do have a treadmill, it comes in handy. But yeah, I don't. So outside we go.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it is hard. My buddy and I were talking about it the other day, and we've talked about it on the show before. When it's cold like this, it's hard to find that motivation. But you know,
so another thing that you could do, Wolfman, would be to drag large pieces of timber through the snow, and then do sit-ups in a barn
and
from the rafter,
lift
like
rocks.
Rocky. Little Rocky reference there, right?
Oh, I tell you what, probably cutting wood and stuff like that. It's like shoveling snow this time of year, man. It works up a sweat. You are just
It does.
you get toasty.
So my dad used to he wouldn't buy a snow. I don't think he owns a snowblower still to this day. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But we used to get like some pretty heavy snows and feet of snow, and he'd go out and he'd clear a path. I don't know if you remember this, but like it wouldn't be sidewalk path. It would be like if you took your sidewalk and then tripled it, and then he would create another path through the side of the yard too, and then he'd shovel the driveway. Like so, I mean, we're talking a massive amount of snow. We're talking thousands of pounds of snow were being moved, and hours would go by. And I remember like just going like, "Why don't you just buy a snowblower?" He's like, "This is a workout. This is my workout. It's hard to run when there's no space on the street." So,
That's true.
and I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. I mean, you get 2 or 3 feet of snow. I mean, there's nowhere to really run. You can't really run in the snow, and then to run on the road, it's too tight. If two
Yeah.
cars end up showing up,
Right.
plus the
Right.
sliding. I mean, it's dangerous. So yeah, so he'd shovel thousands of pounds of snow instead. Alternative workout.
There you go. That's a good way to do it.
But yeah, it saves cost.
You know what though? If he bought a snowblower, it wouldn't snow anymore. Isn't that what happens?
Oh yeah, or the thing wouldn't run when you finally get the snowstorm, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why,
After like
why
10
not?
years, when it finally snows. Oh, honey, I'll get the gas.
It's all
Oh, it
locked
won't
up.
start.
The engine's locked up.
Oh. I've never owned a
That's fun.
snowblower. Do you own a snowblower?
No, got a snowblower right here.
That's why I have kids.
Yeah, no, I got a good. I like a good shovel. I like a good shovel.
Yeah.
Light, durable.
I use mostly the tractor, but around, the stairs and around the
Yeah,
house, the shovel.
yeah. You've got. If your driveway's long enough, I mean, you have to invest. Like I've got buddies that have trucks and plows, and like I mean, just for their property. I mean, like
Yeah,
you've got
yeah.
a big enough property. I mean, like your driveway's crazy long, right? Well, I've got a buddy who's got one longer than yours and wider than yours, and I'm like, might as well just start a business. You don't even have to make that investment. You might as well start doing the neighbors too. Might as well
Right. Yeah, yeah.
do 10 houses to pay for the thing.
Maybe see if the township will let you do the roads.
Yeah, right. I got this. I got this thing. I might as well. It's commercial grade.
You,
No, but you need that, and like honestly, like that would deter me from buying a home if there was like a ridiculous driveway where like I didn't think that I could do it with a quad or a tractor or something. I would be like, nah, no, I'm not buying an F-250 for this thing.
That's funny.
Yeah, but and honestly, like also like there's certain driveways where I don't know if you've ever seen this, but like where they go down, like they go downhill, right? You probably don't have a lot of these out where you're at, but
Like
they'll
super
go
steep.
down. Yeah, like
Oh,
like a
like
pretty
down
good
into the
grade.
house?
Like the driveway goes down and then it levels off.
Hmm.
That if that was me, I'd have one of those heated driveways where you like put the heating coils in the driveway. I'm like I wouldn't want to slip down the bottom.
I'd buy a
You know
flamethrower.
what I mean?
Yeah,
People
oh
do that. Yeah, I had a patient who got a flamethrower, but like the thing about the flamethrower is like, what if you come home and there's like 6 inches of snow? Now you're like, let me just sled down the bottom. I'll leave
yeah. I
my
don't
car
know.
up top and leave the truck at the top and sled down. Like, what are you doing to get
Well, I
that
thought you had
flamethrower?
I was gonna say I thought
Wait,
you had a flamethrower.
oh yeah, put it in your truck. You're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Just
Oh,
carry it
gotcha.
with you. Have one for the house, one for the car.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Why wasn't I thinking?
And then, I mean, you're prepared too if the zombie apocalypse happens. I always have a flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. You got the flamethrower ready to go. Yeah,
Well,
no, like what's that?
you imagine getting pulled over by the cops with that. You have any weapons on you, sir? Well, got a flamethrower in the trunk of my car.
In case it snows. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that was a great tangent.
Now
We
what?
uh, we want you to get out there and exercise. The point of the matter is try to get out and exercise, even though it's cold, even though it's snowy, even though you might live where it's hot and this doesn't relate to you. Uh, try to get where it's cool in that
Yeah,
case. And if you live in the middle where it's always nice, congratulations, you made
good
a
for
good
you.
decision. Made a good decision, good choice. But no, if you try to exercise, get out there, do a little bit. Remember, a little bit's better than nothing. Enjoy your run, and next episode we'll probably get an update on the running aspect, maybe where Wolfman's at, where he's going with his training, where I'm at with my training, and kind of where we're headed. Thanks for listening,
And watching.
supporting, subscribing. Thanks for everything. You're awesome. Maverick and Wolfman running out.